Okay, so if we have prefixes and suffixes, we want to divide after a prefix and before a suffix. So it is very helpful to know many suffixes and prefixes because they are often why words can become very long. And so if you can recognize prefixes and suffixes, a word that was 20 letters long may have 2 or 3 prefixes or suffixes or some at each end of the word, and you may only have to figure out 1 or 2 syllables in between. So if you check the video's description, you can see a list of common prefixes and suffixes. So right here we have this word, and trans is a prefix, so we're going to divide after it. Right here, so we have transfix. Right here I recognize the prefix re and the suffix ish, so we divide right there, and then all we have to figure out is this right here. We have an E in the middle of a syllable, so we will try the short E sound of eh and get replenish. Right here we have the suffix full, so we divide right here, and then we divide right here between the 2 consonants. This E is in the middle, so we will try the short sound, and we will get plentiful, plentiful. Before a suffix, an I often takes on a long E sound because often the root word was spelled with a Y, like the word plenty, and then when the suffix got added, the Y got changed to an I for spelling purposes. So you may hear people say plentiful, or you may hear them say plentiful. You will not, however, hear plentiful. Here we have the prefix in, so we split here and we get inform. Right here we have 2 prefixes. We have miss and in, so we divide there, misinform. And here we have the suffix shun. We will talk more about how this TI says sh in a bit. And this part right here, we have a vowel at the end of a syllable, so we will try a long A sound first and have nation. Okay, go ahead and try it with these words. All right, we are going to divide after a vowel before a single consonant here and before this suffix here. So we have vacation. Now, this is 1 prefix, but it's 2 syllables. I put it in green because it's 1 prefix. And likewise, this is 1 word that is 2 syllables. I should have divided it right here. So this is antibody, and sometimes you will hear people say antibody. So this prefix seems to have 2 pronunciations. Right here we have the root teach, and we have the suffix so we split here and we get teacher. Here we have a prefix and a suffix, so we split there. And right here we have an E in the middle of the word, so we will try the short sound of eh and get inventor. And right here we have the suffix itty. I know it's 2 syllables. And we're going to split between 2 consonants right here. This A is at the beginning of a syllable, so try the short sound. The I is in the middle of the syllable, so try the short sound, and we will have activity. So another key to understanding how to pronounce the various suffixes is that there are Latin spellings of the sound sh. In many words, the sh sound is spelled with a TI, a CI, or an SI. And here are some of the Latin suffixes that use this. So right here, we have the root part. And when we turn it into the word partial, we don't spell it with an SH, we spell it with a TI before the suffix AL, partial. Here our root is resident. It ends in a letter T, so we are going to use the TI to spell the sh sound rather than the SH. So we get residential. Here we have the word facial. The root of it is the word face, which ends in a CE. That means when we change it from face into facial, we are going to use a CI to spell the sh sound rather than an SH. So we end up with facial. Here we have crucial. Right here we have physician and tertiary. So if your root word ends with a T or a TE, when you go to add a Latin suffix, the sh sound is going to be spelled with a TI. If your root word ends with a C or a CE, the sh sound is going to be spelled with a CI. And if it ends in an S or a double S, it's going to be spelled with an SI rather than SH. So go ahead and divide these words into syllables. Okay, here we have the prefix X, so we divide here. And we have a suffix right here, so we split there, and we have extension. Right here we have Russian. I put this S in gray because we do not say Russian. The S sound by itself disappears and gets taken over by the sh sound. Here we have the prefix con. SCI in this word is going to have the sh sound, so we have conscience. Right here is the suffix shus. The SCI together says sh, and OU sometimes says so shus, like in the word conscious. Here we're going to divide between the two consonants. Since our root ends in two S's, the SH is going to be spelled, the SH sound is going to be spelled with SI. This S in gray disappears and we end up with aggression. And when I say it disappears, I mean the sound disappears. It's still there for spelling. There are some other words where SI instead of sh says the voice sound of zh. These are words that end in, where the root ends in DE or SE. So if you have the verb collude and you want to turn it into the noun collusion, it's going to take on a zh sound rather than a sh sound. So we divide right here between the two consonants, collusion. Right here we have collide. It ends with a DE. So when we turn this verb into the noun collision, we're going to spell the zh sound with SI, collision. Right here we have delude, and when we turn this verb into the noun delusion, we're going to spell the zh sound with the SI, delusion. All right, you try it with these words. I put the verb form, and then I put the noun that we are turning it into. So you divide them into syllables and pronounce them correctly, remembering that the SI in these words, because it is taking the place of a DE or an SE, is going to take on the voiced zh sound. All right, we have the prefix im, so we split here. We split before our suffix, implosion. Split after the prefix, before the suffix, exclusion. After a vowel, before a single consonant, and before a suffix, erosion. After a prefix, before the suffix, infusion. After a prefix, before a suffix, incision. Notice that this one is an I, and it's an example of a word where the I takes on a short I sound rather than an I. But this just shows why it's important to have a good vocabulary, because if you read it as incision and you didn't know the word incision, you might not realize you read it wrong. But if you read it as incision and based on the context, you thought it had something to do with cutting, you might think, oh wait, that must be the word incision.